Hello all you Wookiee warriors, how you guys doing? Coming back at you with another Wookiee's boss guide. Today we are taking on Martyr. Now, they did do an update with him because I found out about this on my when I streamed this, I think it was last year. They did increase his difficulty. And I'm playing this on New Game Plus 4, so I'll give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what I try to do when I fight this, and I'm going to try to do it, and I'm going to try talking to you guys while I'm fighting. But this guy does get to be a pain in the butt. So, in preparations for this, what you're going to need is I would not recommend getting Molotov cocktails. I would recommend coming in here with some more fire paper than 4, but I'm going to make do with 4. Make sure you have some extra healing vials, some extra healing items. I would not do poison because he is very, he has a lot of defense against poison. You could use bolt, but I don't find that he's very weak to bolt paper. Then at this junction, I don't know if I've gone to if I've actually gone to the other boss you get from Spark Badge, which you have to fight the Beast Pearl, Dark Beast Pearl. But anyway, what he basically, the first stage, as I'm going to call it, his first phase, he's relatively going to be slow. Doesn't mean he's not going to hit like a Mack truck. He does hit like a Mack truck. My strat is usually to try to stay behind him as best as possible, but don't stay back there because he does do a big sweep attack, which will hit you. The best thing I can offer is stay on top of your dodges. Don't go off to the side and try to use these pillars as protection, because he can, when he gets to his second state, it's not going to help you very much. He gets very quick, very fast. I don't remember him being, like, when I first saw that, my last fight, when I fought him, I was like, what was this? This was not like this last time I fought him, and they did do some tweaking to him. During his second phase, he will empower his weapon. I think he makes it more fire, I think. But he will do let me see if I can demonstrate here for you guys, because I actually have it here. So he's gonna do something very similar to this, to you. Except he does does more of them. So be wary of that. I mean, they are easy. You can dodge by using the pillars right there, or just by dodging around them, but they do hurt. I don't remember, but I do think he does an explosion attack, but I'm not 100% on that. It has been a while since I've actually fought him, because I don't want to... See, the thing is, you can't just reload a previous save and come back to the fight. Once you beat the boss, you've beat him. So, I think that's about all I can remember he does. I think he does do a jump attack. But aside from that, another thing is make sure that you're having a light weapon. So I strongly recommend using the saw cleaver as a weapon you can use. If you, well, we'll get into the DLC later. Trying to think of the weapons you guys might have at this junction. Wouldn't go with the Tartarus. I mean, you could use a saw spear. It's slightly weaker than a saw cleaver. Because here's the saw cleaver when it first starts. It's got 90 damage. This one only has 85, so you could use the saw spear. And here's what the saw spear does when it's fully maxed out. I personally never had much luck with the threaded cane, and the hunter's axe just moves a little too slow for me. Church. You could use the Logarius Holy Blade, but I would not recommend going into second state with it. So what I mean by second state, I mean it's trick state. So you could use the Logarius Holy Blade, but just don't go into its trick state. Use the longsword, because this way it's a fast-hitting weapon in its first state, but trick state it's a lot slower. And you're gonna want to be as fast as possible when you're fighting this boss. You want to hit fast and dodge. And this is one of those fights where you really just want to dodge and hit, dodge and hit, dodge and hit. Do not get greedy on this fight. Because that was, if I remember the stream correctly, I think it was, I had a viewer help me. It was, Cat, who, I can't remember her, I think it's like, Mercury Cat or something like that. She helped me out on the fight, but what I really should have been doing more instead of trying to tank him is just dodge and hit, which is probably the best strat you're gonna have in these types of games is dodge and hit, dodge and hit. But let's go ahead and get into it. I did not start the fight. The fight does not start until you get close to halfway to the boss. Now you can visceral him. I'm just not very good with his visceral attacks on this one. I just can't seem to gauge it. I mean, his pike already has fire on it, but I think it gets like more fire on second phase. I just hope I can get this on my first run, because I'm not really good with Martyr after they buffed him up. Now, see, what I mean by he does those explosions, those attacks. That's the attack without fire. Yeah, look at that damage, and this is only his first state, guys. Yeah, that attack is just... See what he does? He does that exact attack I just showed you guys with those gauntlets. Back away when he does this. That's why. Now he's in his second state. So you're gonna want to watch out for those swords. This is where it gets really a pain in the butt because he's gonna have those swords constantly launching at you. Now, what you can do to stop that is if you can run around, you can destroy that. Therefore, he can't do that anymore. There's his jump. See how fast he is? It gets annoying when he does that sword attack. Damn. Damn it! He is being really annoying today. But see what I mean? That this guy gets very, very annoying. Alright, there you go. There he goes. So as you guys can clearly see, he does a lot of attacks that can downright destroy him. Like I was starting to heal more than I was actually damaging him. So I'm gonna go ahead and light this. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the fight for you guys. So he will constantly spam those swords. It's very vital that you go and take care of those swords. If you're lucky and you can do it just right, you can knock that out with some damage. Like you can hit that and do some damage to him, but it's very tricky to get that done. I would say once he gets the second state and he does that sword technique where he pretty much makes a giant sword mass above him, immediately go and get that sword. And then try not to get hit as much as I was, but just dodge, 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 dodge. Don't be afraid to back away and get some heals. Like, I used up all my healing items, almost, just fighting this fight. Fire damage definitely does work. I would recommend having something that does fire damage with you, like fire paper, for sure. You should have access to fire paper if you've already made it up to this point. When he does, I call it the Neo move, or the Superman move, where he goes up and he goes, Shaw! With his feet. That is a good point to actually look at where he is, and you can dodge in front. Dodge forward, and he'll miss you completely. The best thing I can think of is if you guys ever played Monster Hunter, Nagante will do kind of like a very similar move, and you want to go under. So he doesn't, like, not like directly under him, but you want to get, roll under him and then roll again so he doesn't get you. And then that opens, he does have a slow recovery rate when he does that. Now, here's another thing I don't think I mentioned about the swords. When he plunges them into the ground, he does an explosion attack. So if you're anywhere near that, he will knock you back. And another thing is, try not to fight him over here, because there is no invisible wall right here. You can fall off the edge. So if you're gonna fight him, I'd recommend like here or here, but don't go too close to the edges, because if he does an explosion tactic, explosion sword, it's gonna hit you right off. If he hits you and he knocks you off, that's it. You have to repeat. I don't think there's any more tips and tricks I can help tell you guys about this fight, other than what I've told you before when I first started the fight, which is make sure you have as many healing items as you can. Make sure you have a fast-hitting weapon. I highly recommend using the saw cleaver. It's a very versatile, very fast weapon. It's got a really good moveset, especially when you're dodging. And you're going to do a lot of dodging one-hit wonders on this. This one-hit dodge, one-hit dodge, one-hit dodge. Because you're doing somewhere around 339 damage. I think it's like 400, maybe, damage if you do it with fire. So you're going to win the day. It's just this fight is going to take time and caution to fight. Because he didn't do that before. He got faster. That was about it. Like, he didn't do the Superman. He didn't do this massive swords above him. He did do that explosion, but it was just like, it was like up and down, up and down. You can pretty much just dodge and get a hit in. But now it's a little bit more difficult because he has those tactics. So they did completely change the boss fight from when I very first went to the game. But that's it for this boss guide. I hope you guys found it helpful. Please, guys, do me a small favor and go in the comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing on these boss guides. Do you find them helpful? What do you guys think of them? I would love to know your guys' opinions. I hope you guys are having a Wookiee'tastic day. I will see you all. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all on our next adventure. Till next time, see ya!